Mark Halperin had the opportunity to talk about a story that came out before it came out. I just want to show his tease of it because I think he was having a lot of fun with it.
Let me share something with you that everyone, I say that in air quotes, everyone I know knows, hasn't been publicly reported. Everyone I know believes a major newspaper, one of the top three newspapers in the country, is about to publish a piece about President Trump's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. Everyone I know knows that. And people in the White House know that too. When that story drops, if it drops today, and some people think it might, it could drive the day. Sean, Dan, have you heard about this story?
Well, I know because it's been circulating on the left, and I've had to double check that this is not in fact total conspiracy theories. Donald Trump knew Jeffrey Epstein pretty well. And I believe that his early courting of Melania involved Jeffrey Epstein. And that has been reported by mainstream outlets over the last 10 years. Alleged, I guess. I want to be careful.
You've already been, I say with respect, somewhat careless, but keep going.
Yeah, but I think that, if that is where this report is going, it's just collecting and putting together and synthesizing old news.
Now, this story has new news.
Again, Mark Halperin was enjoying the teasing of this. This was before the report came out that I'm sure many of you guys have seen, but just in case you haven't, this is that new news that Halperin was talking about there on his pod. This is from the Wall Street Journal as it came out. Ghislaine Maxwell collected letters from Trump and dozens of Epstein's other associates for a 2003 birthday album. Pages from the leather-bound album assembled before Epstein was first arrested in 2006 are among the documents examined by the Justice Department officials who investigated Epstein and Maxwell years ago. It's unclear if any of the pages are part of Trump administration's recent review. That recent review that that recent review that they're saying doesn't exist. Anyways, there's more to this. So the letter bearing Trump's name, which was reviewed by the Journal, is bawdy, like others in the album. It contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. A pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, and the future president's signature is a squiggly Donald below her waist, which was mimicking some pubic hair. The letter concludes, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." What? May every day be another wonderful secret. That's a tease to the full letter that he then gave, which I'm going to give you right now. Inside the outline of the naked woman was a typewritten note styled as an imaginary conversation between Trump and Epstein. Again, this is allegedly what Donald Trump wrote. So this is as he wrote the whole thing with this back and forth imagined conversation. Voiceover is what it says. There must be more to life than having everything. Donald, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey, nor will I, since I also know what it is. Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Donald, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. So there's that line at the end, may every day be a wonderful secret. So people, I'm sure, are trying to analyze this back and forth and what this secret is that he's talking about with this poetic prose that he put in this to make sure he has this conversation where he imagined about how he and his buddy Jeffrey were talking about how they have, the best things in life that they won't talk about. So, of course, Donald Trump was very upset about this. Let's go to his response. Trump denied writing the letter or drawing the picture. He said, "This is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story. I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women. It's not my language. It's not my words." He told the Journal he was preparing to file a lawsuit if it published this article. "I'm going to sue the Wall Street Journal just like I sued everyone else." It's like a kid with some extra power he just got. "I will sue everybody like I sued everybody else. It always works." I mean, it did work, but I think with CBS it worked with ABC and George Stephanopoulos, I believe. All those folks he sued, so I guess he was right about that. But I want to refer to that whole thing where Donald Trump just said he doesn't draw or he doesn't write pictures, I think is what he said. "I never wrote a picture in my life." Gavin Newsom, who's always been a thorn in his side, the governor of California, pointed out that he tweeted this when he said, and he quoted Trump and saying, "I never wrote a picture in my life." And of course, there's a Washington Post article that points out a sketch that Donald Trump made of the Manhattan skyline is up for auction. A sketch that he made for the Manhattan skyline to auction off. If he didn't write it, then they sold off and auctioned off something for, I assume, tens of thousands of dollars for this auction, but it was apparently a fraud because Donald Trump has never wrote a picture in his life. It's odd because there's other folks that pointed out as well too. But also a picture of the Empire State Building for another auction. This one's for $16,000. I assume it went to a good cause. But the one thing that we can point out is Donald Trump does love the skyline, and boy, does he love New York. But again, I think we can dispel the whole thing about him never writing a picture in his life. The problem though is that it's not even really a good defense or a good lie. If it's a lie, whatever, you can say that's not me. I didn't write that. But to go to the degree to say you've never wrote a picture in your life doesn't make any sense. I assume damn near everyone has drawn something ever in their life, even if it was at 5 years old. But for some reason, Trump has to go so far with his denials. He has to say, I don't know why guys even said that. I've never touched a pen in my life. Don't know what a piece of paper is. I don't know what that stuff is you guys are talking about. Please just leave me alone. This is obviously fake news. And it makes you question, why does he have to go so far over the top with his denials when it's obvious that these things are possible and are obvious that he's actually done? People he has to have remembered that he's had things auctioned off that he drew, right? One of his biggest offenders is his buddy, Mike Johnson. I want you guys to pay attention to the way this guy defends him and how he continues to kiss Donald Trump's ass, because that is the number one objective with these Trump sycophants and all of his water carriers.
The president and I talked about that ridiculous allegation this morning. He said it's patently absurd. He's never drawn such a picture. He's never thought of drawing such a picture. And he said, did you see the language of this bogus supposed communication or card or something I supposedly sent to Epstein? He said, I don't talk like that. I don't think like that. They're literally making things up. And he's so frustrated by it. And he's going to wind up, I think, suing some of the media outlets that had put all this out there because they informed them that it was totally contrived. So, look, the president is the most maligned and attacked political figure in the history of American politics. There's no question about it. But he's also the most resilient. And you see at the same time, his approval ratings are skyrocketing. CNN had a story, I think, a day or two ago. He was at 90% approval rating. There's never been a president that high. So the more that they attack him, the more the American people see through it.
Did you guys see those press reports? I'm sorry, those polls that showed Donald Trump's approval ratings at 90%? Come on, bro. Like, he's adopting his way of doing things. You have to go so far over the top with approval ratings when it's obvious that it's the complete opposite. It makes people may want to look these things up and be like, wow, I didn't actually see that CNN poll that showed Donald Trump's approval ratings at 90%. Calm down. Like, at least have the lie be his approval rating is at 64%. At least have him be above water and act like that the lie that you're telling is somewhat believable. It's where people won't actually go look it up. They'll go, oh, 64%. I guess he's doing well. Don't need to go look that up. But when you hear him say things like 90% approval rating or gas is at $1.27, can you believe it? I think the answer is always no, I can't believe it. What I could do is go to what people have been saying and looking at and seeing his actual approval rating, which actually makes me think the other thing that you're talking about, you must be lying about too.
On the immigration issue, certainly supported Donald Trump, but his approval rating on those issues has been going down steadily since they've seen what this is. Quinnipiac, 41% approval, 57% disapproval, only 39% approval on deportations. And right before we came on air, there was a new Quinnipiac poll that was released. So Donald Trump, -12 on approval in general, -11 on immigration, and -16 on deportations. He has taken his best issue and decimated it. He has the lowest approval rating of any president of the last 70 years for the first 100 days. His stock market for the first 100 days is the lowest since Nixon. Unprecedented low foreign policy approval rating and economic approval rating. The American public is smart enough to know that their shelves, if they're not already empty, are going to be empty because of tariffs. 69% say he's not focused enough on lowering prices. 62% focus too much on tariffs. 72% think his policies will cause a recession. 64% disapprove of how he's handling inflation.
That's the information that Mike Johnson doesn't think that you're going to find out, that you're even going to be curious enough to go look up yourself. You're just going to go, oh, I guess Trump's approval rating's at 90%. How is that lie going when it comes to you talking about his denial for being a part of this? There's someone who's defending Donald Trump that isn't even denying that he's a part of this. And this guy Was also on with Stephen A. Smith when I talked about this maybe a week ago. When Stephen A. Smith says he couldn't give a hot damn about the Epstein report, couldn't give a damn about the victims, couldn't give a damn about whether or not justice should be served.
Of course, I think there's a list, but I don't know. I suspect, but I have no knowledge, nor do I care. It's Friday night. I'm getting ready to go out and enjoy myself. I'm getting ready to have a nice weekend. I could give a damn about the Epstein client list. It has no effect on me whatsoever. I have a life. I don't understand for the life of me why this matters so much to these. I'm talking about people losing it. They're crying on camera. They're talking about resignations. They're pissed off about everything. I'm like, really? I didn't blame Trump one bit for looking at them and saying, really? That really matters to you? That's really that important? Now, maybe he had a different reason for saying it, trying to be evasive or whatever. I don't know. But I do know this. In the grand scheme of things, it ain't going to affect the lives of over 200 to 300 million Americans. I think we'll be just fine without knowing whether or not there was really a client list. I think we'll be okay. It's unbelievable that this is a big deal to me. It really is.
So in that same energy, for some reason, Chris Cuomo's on a tear against anyone talking about this.
This Wall Street Journal piece is a hack job, okay? And he says he's suing Rupert Murdoch, who he, was his buddy. They have, Fox kind of made Trump, and he's suing the Journal. He's suing everybody. He says he didn't write the birthday letter that they're ascribing to him, to Epstein for his 50th birthday. I mean, it's so stupid, okay? The Epstein story is about abusing kids who didn't have the power or agency to do anything about it, that rich and powerful people may have known it was going on and they got away with it. That's the story, okay? It's not that Trump liked a scumbag, okay? Now, I get that in the media this is great because it's bad for Trump and he's going crazy and he's going to pump and move the story for the Wall Street Journal right now by saying it's fake and it's wrong, but it doesn't move the needle in the country. It's going to make you some money, Rupert. Great for you, just what you need. But this is why we can't get anywhere.
So the argument then goes to, if you pay attention to these types of things, that maybe this could be the point of this whole story. Not that, look at this whole bombshell. Look, we have them pictures of him breaking the law and conducting in these types of activities that he's been accused of by so many people. Not that it's any of that, but it gives a clue into their relationship and the things that they liked to talk about and the secrets that he also pointed out that they may keep from a guy that everyone knew what it is that he was doing. So if everyone knew what he was doing, and Donald Trump talks about their secrets and draws pictures of a silhouette of a woman with his signature as their pubic hair and also cupped some boobs on it, there's this feeling I get that he knows the types of things that Jeffrey Epstein was involved in, and it was worth joking and talking about, and the secrets that they kept. That's all. It just adds a little bit to the speculation of what is he talking about. Cindy McCain, I believe she was on, she was getting interviewed in one of these. This is a few years ago. And the way that she talks about Jeffrey Epstein, I think shows everyone knew what was going on. And she even points out why nothing was really done about it.
It's like everything. It hides in plain sight. Epstein was hiding in plain sight. We all knew about him. We all knew what he was doing. But we had no one that was, legal aspect that would go after him. They were afraid of him. For whatever reason, they were afraid of him.
She said we all knew what he was doing. There was just no legal aspect that was willing to go after. They were all afraid of him. So again, everyone knew what he was doing. Everyone, she said. Everyone, whoever that is, that establishment folks, rich people, DC folks, politicians, connected business folks, overseers of the government, all those folks. So if they all knew, and then all these glorious letters are written to Jeffrey Epstein, I feel like they knew what he was doing and they were still cool with him then. As they all severed ties later, they all knew what he was about. That was his business, and they knew it. And apparently Donald Trump had some secrets with him. What those secrets are, Chris Cuomo says, who cares? Why are you guys talking about this still?